What do you mean offline? No, I'm here doing things a little different. So we're going to be talking about base defense. I keep getting the same questions, can I post a base build or the code? And as I mentioned through my video, I'll mention it again because I'm going to try to approach this a little differently. So if you're bored already, take a hike. This is for those that really want to get help with their base. And in order for me to help you with your base, I need some information back. It's kind of like you're getting your car fixed. You can't be like, "Oh, here, fix." I need to know what's wrong. So I've gotten a few questions about, to post the base design, and I can do that. And I actually have a plan on doing that. I've been talking about that with Hefty Bear. But the problem I have is, do you guys understand why I do my base design the way I do? And I say it all the time. I change my base frequently. I'll make a little change here at least once or twice a week, and then I put it back. I have different categories on like what I'm going to hit, and then when I knew about the subjugator, I read about it. Um, a lot of people are not reading about it, and that's why they're having problems. And I'm going to have a little video of it, and I'm going to borrow it from Hefty Bear because we were doing the base defense video, but he had to go to work, so that's why this video is going to be a little different. But his is out if you want to see it, because by the time this comes out, I'm not even sure when I'm going to let this one come out. Right now, it's oh, what the is the date? Yeah, I'm on September 15th. La 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 la. I don't know how I can show that. Yeah, is that gonna focus? No, it's not. Oh, maybe. There we go. See, now you guys have the time. So at this point, I don't know when this is gonna. Okay, so the 16th is actually Monday. I didn't realize after midnight I work graveyard, so I'm a little bit off on the date. Forgive me. Let's move on. Uh, Come out for me, but Hefty Bear has his out. Well, actually, his will be out Monday morning. So as I was trying to say, the we've been working on the base defense, and if do you guys really understand why my base is the way it is? Because if I give you a picture of it, it might be of just how it is that day. And like I was trying to say with the subjugator, um, I read about it, so I got ready for it. And then during the bounty, I got to a test and did really great. And then after that, I think the subjugator came out, and I got hit, and I've done rather well. And then if I get hit with breachers or something, I have to change it. And then uh, at this point in time, I'm working on a completely new base design because I have some new ships and defense halls that I'm going to rearrange. Because now, when you hit my base, it's going to be the way I want you to hit it, and I don't. And that's a big tip I've been trying to tell in my other videos. You have a lot to say so on how you want players to hit your base. Um, I know with the video I got about the raid, my 2 cents about the raid, and I was like, for the big part of this last raid, the Bronze Age, I think is junk, flat out junk. You guys gonna make me hear me change this real quick? There we go. But I was thinking that the Bronze Age is junky, junky, junk. Let me see. I don't even know where that's at. That's not fair. That is so not fair. Because we're in the Bronze Age. Fudge. Do I have a. guess I just flat out live streamed it and didn't make a copy. Okay, fine. Let's go back to that doohickey thing and put that back up. So, but during that video, it was a stream, and during the process of the stream, that's the other thing you guys don't understand, that sometimes people make comments and the subject goes off because it was go down the rabbit hole. So I talked about what I thought about the raid, then we started talking about chess, and I was watching, crap, I was watching somebody play, and it went in Spanish. So for those that don't like chess, no big deal. It was in Spanish, so you're probably not going to understand it anyways. Um, but the point I was trying to get is I play chess, and you have a lot of control on what your opponent is going to do. And that's the question that Hefty Bear had, and he mentions it in his video. We're gonna show, and it seems like nobody wants to play the game. I mean, they sit and they play, they sit in front of it, but they don't want to sit and look and like read what everything does, or what they should do, what they want to do, because they want to know what else someone else will do. Well, everyone's a different style of player. You know, like I keep putting a little post to be a insector hitter, which sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. That's a whole another episode. But I have a different style of playing. Like back when the game first started, I was a big mortar fan. Oh, when they come out with a mortar hit fleet, I love it. And right now it's the Basilics, which I think kind of suck. But there's some things that they've kind of done that I've learned, and I'm remodeling mine, so I'll be having fun with that. So that's what I was trying to say. Like it depends on how you want to play, and if you don't know what your style of play is going to be, then you're going to struggle because like someone's going to hit your base or do something. If you're on, you're going to react differently, and it's not going to be how my base is designed. Even though like Hefty Bear has a very close design to mine, the layout is I guess almost pretty much the same. But we have seen it where they've gone to my base and succeeded. But when they go to his base, they fail, which is kind of weird because for the most part, my stuff is more upgraded, and that's kind of funny because it's like how they go in his base and they succeed, they can't or they fail. They can do that on mine and succeed, and sometimes vice versa. Sometimes they fail on my base, and then they can go on his base and succeed. So it's a different style because even though we have like a lot of the same design, there are certain weapons that I have that I want, and there's some that he has that he wants, and we just we differ. And so what I really need is I need comments. Hopefully in this YouTube video, but any of my YouTube videos, because I will see it, I will look at it, I will see it, and if you guys put it anywhere else, I won't see it unless I go digging on the internet looking for it. I don't know how else to explain it. If you can even make the comment in the discussion section on my channel on YouTube, that would help. Um, but I see, I'm getting a lot of views, which is great. I thank you guys for that. But I'm not getting any comments out of it, so I don't know what you guys need. And then I get like a random, question, like someone made a comment on the. Well, I don't want to say my last video because my last video is coming out last week of November. So that's my last video. You guys haven't even seen it yet. Chances are this one might come out before that. So, but they wanted a picture of a base build, and but I don't know. I didn't watch the video that he got it from, so I don't know if he wants that design, and that one I may not have because I can only save so many on the game itself, and then if I take a picture of it, I got a buttload of those, and they're not always labeled right. I mean, they're just like whatever the date and time is, and I have to go through it. So I need to know what kind of base you guys are looking for. Like, what has been troubling you. And if you want to send me a video or something, that would help out too, or pictures or something, because I don't know what the problem you guys are having. In the video that we're going to show is a Hefty Bear's base. Yeah, he got smoked, but so did the other guy, and it's a subjugator. And he came with breachers, and in his base he's got witch doctors. It's older tech. So because with that being said, the base is designed a little different, and most of the time you guys don't even notice it. And that's probably why you may want that picture. But for that reason, you're not getting it, because you need to interact with me more. Because I'm really trying to make a solid effort. I watch these other videos. I watch how other people are doing it, and I got tired because I'm not getting the information that I need, because I want a really good base. And I've always had a really good base. The only time I didn't is when I didn't play for like, what was it, 5 years? And then I came back, I had to learn all this junk. And I was like, okay, well, and the style was different because they went from defense to like deflection, and that was the whole fun thing. Now it's like survive, So if I send you the picture, if it's a picture of a design that I used for a specific reason or an older one, it's gonna fail on you. And like in the video that Hefty Bear is gonna show, and then later he's gonna talk again, that placement is very important. And sometimes when you're playing the game, you move something by accident, don't realize it, or you take a fleet out to repair it and you put a different one in. Oh, I may not make it back in time to put it back in. My bubble will drop. These are good information. Let me repeat that. Sometimes your bubble will drop before you have time to put your ship back in, or you may forget. I mean, this is a game. This is not life or death, and a lot of people are like really focused on it so much that that's all they see is the one thing that they're focusing on. So as I was trying to say, is the ships got moved around, or in the one situation, I moved. It was during the bounty. I moved his breachers because he wasn't gonna play. So I was like, okay, let's set it up, this way. And then later, when he put his fleet back in, he forgot to move that ship back, because I had to move it because the breacher needed to be in a certain spot because of the anti-mortars. And so whatever ship it was, I don't know if it was like a lurker or something, but it got smoked. And some people were like, "Oh, you got a crappy base." Well, no. If you pay attention and you watch the other videos and you watch your own replay, that's something that Hefty Bear mentioned. It's good to watch your own replay to see what you did and what they did and how it interact. And that's not something I can just like do a diagram and be like, "Oh, if you're in this mood today and this guy's in this mood, then you should just do this." I don't know what mood they're going to be in. I don't know what mood you're going to be in. And I know this may be like going over some people's head. No offense, because I play differently. Nobody plays like I do. And that's because I play a lot of games, a lot of video games, a lot of board games, a lot of sports. And I mean, my family, especially my mom, we are super effing competitive. So a lot of times I play the player. And I know that's difficult to do in the game. Well, not really. And that's what I need to know. You guys need to comment with me more and talk to me more, because then you'll get information. You can't just be like, well, should I use witch doctors if I want to hit some salvos? I need more honest questions. I think that's the big part. Is I think they're trying to be sneaky to get information, and maybe in this video I'll be able to show some of the older designs. I know I have videos of old school, a flash of the path of old base designs, and I'm not getting comments on it. So it used to be way back the square base was the thing, and then the channel base came in, and that was like a big deal because it was all new. People were whining and crying and getting upset, and that it was junk and this. But in my experience, I saw one player had a channel, and a lot of people had it, and they were having problems with it. But this one dude had the channel, and he put his howlers or cannons in a row, like on each side, like parallel. And when you went through that gauntlet, you got ripped. Even the top players were getting ripped. I mean, this poor dude's base got hit all the time because of that. And over time, eventually, they figured out how to crack it. Okay, but because of all the talk and the comments, um, it helped me make my channel base. Only my channel base had little. I added the land. I know you've seen it where you put one land here, one land there, and it's like a jigsaw, and it makes them go like that. Because back then, you didn't. You only had like two options you could put on things. Either speed or turning, or uh, deflection against whatever. You didn't have, where you have like 7 specialty spots. So they came in and they didn't have the turning. It would slow them down tremendously. And that's what I mean. Like, that's why you guys need to talk to me and leave your comments about that, if you really want my help. And with my base design, well, I'm working on a new one. So the one that I had that I'm thinking about posting, I just don't know when I'm gonna do it, but I don't want to just put it out there and then nobody knows how or why I did what I did. And I can't stress enough, I really need commentary, and no one does that. See, that's the other thing too. And I mentioned this in my video, and I'll mention again. During that bounty, nobody did a video. I'm the only one that did. I did really great on the bounty. Like I mentioned before, I took 9th place. I didn't have to do a whole lot because I'm pretty much caught up. I have just about everything. And Hefty Bear is getting there. Uh, but nobody made a video about it because nobody knows how to do a base defense. Or they're afraid, like, oh, if I tell them this, then they'll be able to crack my base. Well, Kixeye designed the game that your base is going to be crap. Everybody's base. And I'm not trying to be insulting, but they do things on purpose to mess up your base, my base. And that's why I'm changing mine, because there's a certain thing that someone can do and it can crack my base. But usually they have to hit me like 8 or 12 times. I think, is it 10? Is it 11 before it does the bubble? Or they know my schedule or something, and then they bubble it, and then they come back 4 hours later. So to me, that's pretty good. I mean, if it takes you like 8 times, even 4 times, you know, uh, my base is doing really good. And I've done that before in my base where I've moved one turret or switched one turret with another, and my base didn't do so well. And I'm like, what happened? And that's just, I just switched these 2 little things that I didn't think was a big deal. But because on how the mood they were in and how they were coming in, it made a tremendous deal. And I don't know how to explain that to people or help you guys out without you guys talking to me. Because I need to know where you are in the game, where you are, what you're thinking about that day. Like I said, I'm a very different player. I analyze the stuff. If I don't, I'm usually pretty good with the math, but sometimes I have to get help with the math, make sure mine's right. Or sometimes both of our math is correct, but this math works better with one style of fighting versus the other one. Like some people want uh, speed and less range, speed, damage, and less range. Where I rather have more range. I don't like giving up the speed, so there's little fluctuation of the math equation. And that's the thing too. You got to take the time and watch the video, and I recommend watching mine because I'm the only one that really talks about it. I've seen briefly about other base stuff, but they don't really talk about it. They go, well, just go in with heavier armor, use the top tech ship, and you'll go in and do whatever. We're like, well, that's the point we've been making with the base defense. They come in with the new howlers. I made a whole video how howlers suck because Most of the people that come in with howlers fail. And then the ones that got through, I was able to make some changes, and then from then on, they failed. And then the Basilics came in. That was real easy to defend against. Now you've got the Subjugators, and right from go, we were doing really good. And I even seen on the forums, and I mentioned this in other videos, that they were complaining about certain weapons not working, or this and blah blah blah, or that the Subjugator wasn't working. And a lot of people got ready, and they were able to defend against it. So just because you have the newest ship doesn't mean you're going to succeed. But you gotta comment. You gotta talk about what's going on with your base. Are you going to hit other bases? That's another thing that we've mentioned before. Go look at a higher base. Go see what they're doing. Take your best fleet, go in, test it out, find out. Sometimes you can even talk to the higher level. Hey, I just want to test your base out. This is what I did. Could we talk or collaborate about it, or give me your thoughts? Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It's like hit or miss. Um, Sometimes I've gotten a lot of help from hitting base. Somebody hit Hefty Bear, and they were trying out some stuff. They came in with the breachers and I think a subjugator, not the one that you're gonna see, the different one. And uh, they tried to talk with Headbeard, and that's his conversation. So that's cool. Um, yeah. So here's the video. We'll just get to that part real quick. Here's the. Where's that going? Bye. Let's get that video because I don't have it queued up. Okay, there's the video. I'm gonna leave the whole intro because it's Hefty Bear's video, so we're gonna have to watch his intro. But you guys hopefully have already seen it and liked and subscribed to my channel, like and subscribe to his channel, because he's got a different style, and he's helped me out with this game. Even though I'm a higher level, he's helped me out with this a lot, and that's the thing, communication and talk is very helpful. Sorry, I'm rambling now. Here we go. Show that, yeah. And then I will be back. Good. That's dark. Why is it so dark? So what are your thoughts about the Subjugator that hit you, and what do you think about the Subjugator as a ship? So the question is, what do I think about the Subjugator, and what do I think about the Subjugator as a ship, or the Subjugator that hit me and the Subjugator as a ship? I think the Subjugator that hit me, um, I don't think it was strong enough to hit me. I think it was weak. That's why it went down so fast. So you think they're junk? And I think the Subjugators, on the whole, are a waste of money and a waste of time. Because I don't think they're that good a ship, and I think a lot of people just don't know how to use them. Because, well, I don't know if I should tell you how to use them, because then, so you're gonna have to figure that one out by yourself. But watch my videos. I'm Hefty. I'm Hefty Bear 08. On Battle Pirates, I'm Captain Tweaky. So in the video, my Carnage comes to attack him, and he starts running away from it. And I thought that was like a really chicken move on his part. I mean, there's one Carnage coming after him, and he took all of his ships and just turned around and ran back out into the ocean. And it's like, why? It's one ship. Why are you so chicken? And I'm really starting to notice in this game, there are a lot of non-competitive players. Everybody just seems to want to have it done for them. Just handed it to them on a silver platter. It doesn't work that way. You got to work for it. And I think people should watch my base defense videos because
maybe you'll learn something about how to defend your own base. Um, I don't know if my videos, I mean, I don't know if my base is like really good, but I think it is because almost every time anyone that comes onto my base dies or damn near dies. Even if I lose, they get like totally damaged, and I don't see the point in hitting my base actually. But if you want to learn good base defense, watch my videos. Also, from watching Admiral Buck Rogers' videos and watching the replays, I have learned a lot from watching his base defense videos. Um, I can't specify anything in particular right now, but watch his videos. They're very informative. You learn a lot, and you might have a better base if you do.
Woo! See? Uh, yeah, I guess I can rewind that part. I can show this real quick. See, like right here, this guy's. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I did turn that off. You shouldn't be hearing anything. See, this is where he's like they're running, and this I've mentioned this before. Players are scared. Everyone plays this game scared. I don't understand that. It's a game. Every game, every game that I've played. Uh, I guess I don't need that part anymore. Every game that I've played, I've never really been like afraid to do something. I don't. I don't understand the amount of fear involved in this game, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, but uh, why is everyone so afraid? What are you afraid of losing? I don't understand that. So the other part is, I think this video might get streamed a little bit, so and then there'll be like little clips and replays that'll be put on YouTube. I don't have a video because I know people talk a lot of smack on the forums, but I haven't been getting hit, so I got nothing new, and so that's why I'm doing this video a little different. But I have a bunch of other videos too, and this base design is why I'm thinking about releasing it too. Is because I've used it for about a year and a half now. Ever since was it Bounty 8 or 9 or something? I don't know. Because it was after there was a bounty, then there was right before the refactor. I think it was doing good, and then after the refactor, I had to redo my base. So it's been a good, yeah, I guess about a year and a half that this base design. I made all kinds of changes throughout, but the canal thing, it's been the same. But you got to go through and watch those in videos how you see like little changes make a big difference, and sometimes little changes can make it worse. And you got to not be afraid to change your base around. I even got videos where people don't have anything in their base. You're like, oh well, people quit or they don't care or they don't want to play the game. I was like, okay, but you still need to change your base design from time to time. Change it up. Um, Yep. So now we will do an intermission, and maybe it might be over depending on where you see this part. But thank you guys so much. Like and subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let's because it's a game is dead. I'm starting to see some changes to kicks, but we can talk about that at a later date too. So, anyways, that's all I got.